All right, so it's July. We're halfway through the year. It seems to be just flying by, but it's time yet again for a bit of personal accountability. And in this video, I'm going to go over the goals that I set for myself earlier this year. And of course, I invite you to do the same. All right, so if you're new to the channel, first off, welcome. And I should let you know that earlier this year, I set myself some goals. So I had some that were both personal as well as channel related. Most were channel related, but a handful of personal goals as well. And like I said, it's time for some personal reflection to see how I'm doing, how I'm progressing, to know where I need to put my energy over the next half of the year. And while doing some research to prepare for this video, I found this quote by Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can have results or excuses, but not both. And that kind of stuck with me. That kind of spoke with me. And so I figured that I would bring it up because it's kind of true. I am a goal-oriented person, and therefore, and I know that everybody is not. Some people, their goal is just, geocachers, their goal is just to have fun, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's how you are. I am not. There's things that I want to do this year, and I know that in order to accomplish those goals, I kind of need to work on them pretty much every day or consistently in order to get the results that I'm looking for. All right, let's see what results I actually came up with for the last quarter, starting off with creating 2 earth caches. So first quarter, I didn't do really anything. And in the second quarter, I did crank one out. And it's really because of Geo Woodstock. I got a text from somebody and said, hey, can you support by writing one? They would really appreciate it. And we were able to make that happen. But the Geo Woodstock piece was really the impetus. I probably, if it had not been for them, I probably would not have that earth cache written. So halfway through the that goal for this year, finding and logging 12 earth caches. Thanks to Geo Woodstock again, I was absolutely able to crush that goal overall. I only had a handful left to do the entire year, but I planned my my route up there and back so that I could maximize the number of earth caches that I could find, and ended up finding and logging 25. So done for the year on that one. Reaching 250 subscribers. I'm currently at 136, and part of this also goes back to Geo Woodstock. They were really kind of instrumental for me this year. So earlier, as you can see, at the end of the first quarter, I was at 87, and right before Geo Woodstock, I was about at 100, and then had a great turnout for my class at Geo Woodstock. And then afterwards, upon my return home, I put a Facebook post out there saying, hey, anybody that had been at the class or anybody that wants the material, I'm happy to provide you with the cheat sheet and the class slides if anybody wants it. And of course, I will do that at any point in time. So if anybody out here still wants them, let me know. And I got about 100 responses, and some of those turned into subscribers as well. So again, really had to thank Geo Woodstock for that. And then, of course, teaching at one major event. I was already kind of done for the year, if you will, with Bananarama. But, of course, super excited to teach at Geo Woodstock. And then for next quarter, I will have a third major event with my teaching the class up at Ontario for Fall Fest 2025. So super excited about that. But I've already met the goal for the year, obviously. Before we go any further with the rest of my goals, if this kind of content is interesting to you, and I get it, right? My goals are maybe not the best or most interesting content that I put out there, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit like, right? You can think of it as a favorite point, except that you don't ever run out. And you can hit the bell notification as well so that you will miss no comment or content in the future. And with that, we'll get back to the goals. Okay, teaching once a quarter. Even before Geo Woodstock, I had already kind of had that one in the bag. I had a friend that worked out how to also in West Virginia, and we got together and figured out how to teach the class remotely. So that was a proof of concept, and it worked quite well. So if you have a group or an association that would like to have the class taught remotely, just know that that is an option for you out there. And then, of course, Geo Woodstock. Obviously, got that one in the park as well. And now I'm all set up for the third quarter as well, both through Fall Fest 2025, as well as I am teaching the class via YouTube live stream for the first time ever later on this month. So lots of different options if you're interested in getting this material. Filming a review in 8 different states. Have to go back and thank Geo Woodstock for this one as well. Again, did the route planning and was able to film, as you can see there, in 4 different states. And then this quarter coming up, I should be able to have my goal complete, since I am going to Ontario. That will be, I'm considering that a state, as well as Minnesota. So that would be good if everything planned works out. Writing 2 articles. Have done nothing towards that at all this quarter. And again, going back to Arnold's quote of you can either have results or excuses, I have nothing but excuses. It's easy for me to say that, oh, I was spending so much time and effort on everything else that I simply didn't have time. But that's really not the case. I probably could have found time to knock out at least 1 article. But now I've got 6 more months to take care of that. And I think I won't have an issue. I just need to devote time and energy towards that. The last one, recruiting 5 cachers for Project 100. Again, Project 100, if you're unaware, is my effort to get 100 geocachers towards their first Earth cache, to write their first Earth cache. Now, there's recruiting, and then there's getting folks to write their first one. And the first step, of course, is going to be to recruit somebody. And because I can't plan, it's harder for me, obviously, to get them to write their first one. That has to be on them. There's not a whole lot I can do to control that, if that makes sense. I did recruit over 5 cachers this last quarter. Again, primarily thanks to that Facebook post that I pushed out after Geo Woodstock. And of course, I am excited to announce that one of those 7 published not just their first Earth cache, but they have published 3 Earth caches all within the last week. So good on them for knocking that one out. And we'll see if I'm able to get 6 more throughout the rest of the year. But so far, with the exception of writing the 2 articles, so good. So had some huge wins this quarter, not going to lie, and most of it was due to Geo Woodstock. It enabled me to knock out the number of Earth caches that I wanted to find and log for the quarter. They asked me to write an Earth cache in support of it, which enabled me to get that under my belt as well. During the trip, I was able to film for 4 new states. And then again, met my subscriber goal, or moved closer towards my overall subscriber goal, because of the folks that not only were in the class, but during the follow-up post in Facebook that I sent, became subscribers as well. And then again, because of all that, got new recruits towards Project 100 and the creation of their first Earth cache. I do have some challenges, right? I'm going to have to devote more energy towards creating that last Earth cache, as well as writing 2 articles for the rest of the year. And again, what's always fun is I have an entire 6 months to knock that out. But as we've seen already, 6 months can come by just super quick. And so both of those, writing an Earth cache as well as creating or writing an article, that's going to take time. And I get very focused, very tunnel focused, siloed into videos and filming the videos or the class. And I need to devote more time and energy towards those other 2 goals as well. From a next step perspective, I just need to maintain my momentum in those areas, or in some of those areas. So teaching, creating content, and reaching out in a variety of new ways, such as the newsletter that I just created and sent out for the first time. So bi-monthly, right? Every other month, because I know that people have got other things to do besides read newsletters, as well as my first time ever teaching the EarthCache writing class live or via a live stream on YouTube. So that will be huge. Never done it before. We'll see how it works, but I'm okay failing and learning. As long as I'm learning, I'm okay failing and getting better each time, and not making the same mistake twice. And of course, like I've said before, I need to figure out where I want to do that other EarthCache and go ahead and start working towards that. And of course, I know that it really won't take me that long. Once I get a location, a lesson, putting it together really won't take that long. And then writing the articles for FTF magazine. That just, again, like anything else, it takes time and energy to figure out all of the things and produce that article. So I'm super excited for the upcoming next 3 months with all the things I have lined up. Goal-wise, I should be able to crush it as well. Then maybe kind of cruise in, maybe slack off. I shouldn't even say that during the fourth quarter. But so it should be an interesting third quarter. But now you've heard enough about my goals. I'm also interested to hear about your goals. And more specifically, is there some way that I can help you accomplish them? Right? If you are interested in creating an EarthCache or have an EarthCache question, you want to put out your first one, I am here to help you. That is why I created this entire channel and devote a lot of energy towards it, is to get more great quality EarthCaches and help those that want to do it for the first time knock it out of the park. And right, again, I hope you guys have a great quarter and that you meet all of your goals if you have set them, right? And I'm a big fan of those small, steady steps along the way. Those can have huge long-term gains over time. So, best of luck. Wish you many EarthCaches in your future.